Welcome to today's Farm Life. I'm Doug Cunningham. No better memories for me than this time of the year. I'm talking state fair time of the year, than driving to or coming home from the South Dakota State Fair and taking a few minutes to stop by a melon stand near Forestburg, South Dakota. I would like to think Forestburg melons are known worldwide. They're world famous. Maybe that's a stretch, but I don't think so. I had a chance to stop by and talk to Shane Baysinger of Shane's Melons up by Forestburg, South Dakota. He tells us a little bit about his operation.
We typically try to raise at least 15 acres of muskmelons and 13 acres of watermelons every year. And then the rest is divided, the rest of the 40 acres we plant is broken up between pumpkins and squash and sweet corn. We plant 4 or 5 acres of sweet corn in different plantings and try to hit every market on it, and plant quite a few tomatoes. I think we planted 400 tomato plants this year. So I have a machine called a water wheel planter, and what it does is it holds fertilized water, and then it's got racks that come down, and it holds like 16 or 18 trays of plants, because I plant most all my melons by plants anymore. And I have 2 people. A lot of times my grandsons will sit on the back, and I'll run the tractor, set it on the ground, and start going through the field. And the water wheel rolls, and it pops a hole in the ground, and it puts fertilized water in. And then the boys are sitting on the back, and they set a plant in each hole. So when you're done with the row, you've got a row planted. It isn't like, we used to plant seeds and you'd plant a row of seeds, and a week to 10 days later you'd have a row of melons. You got melons right now, but you got to keep an eye on them and make sure they keep water. And a lot of times, if it's like this year when it was dry all year, we had to go back in every 2 days, go back in and water them. A lot of my stuff I got plastic, so it has drip tape under it, and we hooked the drip tape up immediately this year. Usually we'll wait a day or so, and if it don't rain or whatever, we'll hook up the drip tape. We hooked them up immediately this year, so because it's been so dry all year. It's funny how, if you get the ground wet and the melons kind of start growing and you get a shot of rain, the melons will just explode when they get the rain. That's how much better rainwater is than well water. So
Now, according to Baysinger, even from the start in the spring when they're planting these melons, it's very labor-intensive occupation, and it lasts all the way through the harvest season in the fall.
Usually off of an acre of muskmelons, now this year there wasn't near as many, but usually you can get 2,000 to 3,000 muskmelons off of an acre of muskmelons. Watermelons more like 700 to 1,000 off of an acre, but they're not even close with the watermelons this year. It's all hand work. Drive along, get a bunch of guys and kids, and walk along and pick them and throw them over the truck and load them up in the truck and take them to the stores. This year I bought a refrigerator truck, and I use that part of the time. That helps when it gets hot. That helps a lot, because a lot of the stores already put them in the cooler. So I usually cool mine down to 50 degrees and then take them to the stores. And then whenever I pick them, I handle them at least twice, 3 times each. So if I pick 20,000 muskmelons, I handle them 40,000 times. So it gets old after a while. I hardly have any fingerprints left on my finger, so I should be a bank robber instead of a melon picker.
I would like to think that nearly every South Dakotan has probably had a Forestburg melon at some point in their life. In fact, Baysinger says he delivers his melons to every corner of the state of South Dakota.
My wife, Lynette, used to take some out to Hill City and Hot Springs, but we never made it out there this year. I got a friend that hauls a lot out to Faith in that area. A few guys come from Belfouche and got melons. But I go as far as Slayton, Minnesota, and up to Canby and up to Watertown, to Aberdeen, and back down to Chamberlain. I sell a lot of melons in Chamberlain and lots of melons in Mitchell. So lots of, I got every Hy-Vee store in Sioux Falls. So I deliver, you know, like one bin to each one of them every other day. And it takes a while to go to all the stores and drop one bin off and write out your slip. And if you forget your slip out in the truck, then you got to walk clear around and get the slip and come back. You figure that out pretty fast. So.
Stopping by a Forestburg melon stand during the state fair time of the year, there is no better way to carve out a little piece of sweetness, I guarantee it. Forestburg Melons, I believe, world famous. Remember, feel good about what you do today, because what you do today is very important. Until next time, I'm Doug Cunningham. Now, to find that perfect melon. Am I doing this right?